Hey guys, and welcome back to the Car of the Day. I am Sam Crack, and today we're going to take a look at a 2016 Toyota Land Cruiser that seems to be in pretty darn good shape, just a few minor dings and dents here and there, but we all know that sometimes the pictures can be deceiving and we need to do a little bit more research. Now this was sent in to me by a viewer. If you have a car you want to be reviewed on the Car of the Day, be sure to email me at samcrackauto@gmail.com. and write COTD in the subject line. Now, the Toyota Land Cruiser is known to be the pinnacle of SUVs, and with a price tag right around $90,000, it makes a lot more sense than something like a Range Rover or a Mercedes SUV that cost way more and are, in my opinion, less capable. Now, this 2016 Toyota Land Cruiser being offered by Copart has a Tennessee salvage title, has only 212 miles on the clock. It says it runs and drives, has some side damage, with secondary damage being front end, but when we look at the photos here, it doesn't look like the front end is that damaged. But what we're going to do is blow these photos up and take a closer look. So even in large, this car looks to be in very good condition, at least the front end of it. From another angle here, it looks also in really good shape. We'll come back to those front photos in a little bit, but as we continue going on, the rear even looks pretty good. If we look at the side here, we do see some reflections, but nothing that looks, let's say, severely damaged. As we continue going down, the other side does show a little bit of wrinkling on the quarter panel, and in the interior, it looks in pretty good condition, like a car with 212 miles on it. No airbags deployed on the dashboard or the steering wheel that we can see. Now, if we continue going along, this is the photo that kind of tips us off to there's more to this story. If we look up top, we can see that it looks like an airbag deployed, the curtain airbag, and was hidden or tucked back up in the headliner, as well as the airbag on the side seat here. And we'll continue looking, the engine bay. There's nothing really abnormal here. I like to look at these push pins and make sure that they're in the slot. Some of them are missing, and they all seem to be there. We look at the odometer, and while we see a lot of lights on the dashboard, the car isn't turned on since the tachometer is reading 0 RPM. So again, nothing too abnormal here. And then we're reminded at the end that this car looks to be in really good condition, right? Well, there's a lot more to this story as we're about to find out, but I want to go back to our initial photos, and what I want you guys to focus on is the hood. Now, if we take a look at the hood here, we can see this gap on the passenger side. Now, not knowing a lot about the Land Cruiser, that gap looks okay in the photo here. But what we want to do is compare it with the gap on the other side. Anytime a car has been repaired and has had extensive front end damage, it's very tough to get the gaps to line up on both sides of the hood. And as we see here, it almost looks like this hood is overlapping the driver's side fender. It doesn't have nearly the same amount of gap that the other side has, which points to front end work being performed. And then we want to bring up this photo again here with what looks like airbag deployment. Why are there airbags deployed if the accident doesn't look that severe? We do see the wrinkle on the passenger side quarter panel here, but it doesn't look that bad. Well, we're going to do a quick VIN history report and then search for some original auction photos. Here's our quick VIN history report. Not only does it have an accident record, it also has the junk salvage record, obviously because it's been at salvage auction. So we go through and look, and this car has had quite a history. It was offered for sale originally in May of 2016 with 4 miles, and only 2 days later there's a state accident record. Now the strange part here is that it goes on to say a few days after that it was for sale by another Toyota dealership. We don't really know if that's the accident that caused the damage that we're about to see, but it's kind of a confusing report. And if you ever looked at a bunch of different history reports, you know that sometimes the dates are kind of all over the place. So I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on the positioning of these dates, but when we continue on, we see that the car was originally sold in February of this year at Copart, and then also at a salvage auction in Nashville, Tennessee. Doesn't tell us whether it was Copart or IAA. So there you go. This car's been at the auction a few times, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you do know I'm not a big fan of cars that have bounced around to multiple auctions. So let's go back to our listing, and now we're going to do a quick Google search of the VIN number and check out the images. And look at the first photos we see. They're really, really severe. This looks to be the car that we were just looking at. Now, we always want to confirm, and the way I do so is look at our VIN number. It ends in 3969. This first image is from what's likely a broker or another content aggregator site. And basically, if you look at the VIN number here in Google Images, it says 3969. And it's also a 2016 Toyota Land Cruiser. The other thing I like to do is compare the wheels. And I know that sounds odd, but sometimes these cars come with different option wheels. And you might have two black Camaros, but one has a different wheel package on it. And it might throw you off a little bit. Checking the wheels is always kind of your second confirmation after looking at the VIN. So when we go here and we look at the wheels, they match the wheels from the original listing. So it's safe to say this is likely our car. And look at the damage on the driver's side. It is really, really terrible. We see that the windshield is completely smashed. We see that even the roof is caved in a little bit, pointing to a possible rollover collision. We see our current airbag that deployed here. We see the driver's side airbag deploy and also the driver's side curtain deploy. Let's look at a few more of the photos here. Here's the passenger side. Looks to be in better condition, but still, it's really bad. And here we go. Here's our quarter panel damage that they left alone on the original car. Look at this front end shot. You can just see how caved in the roof is and how badly this car was damaged. And last, and possibly the most intense photo, is the interior photo. Not only are there certain stains all over the seat, which we're not sure if it's just road debris or debris from sitting in the auction or if it's actual blood stains, but there's also airbags that have deployed pretty much everywhere in the car. This is a car that was definitely fixed up. One other thing I can show you in the original photos is when you look at the angle of this driver's side, you can see a little bit that the paint isn't as reflective as the other side. And in my opinion, that's probably because they did a quick spray job, an easy spray job, and without actually sanding down and polishing that paint, doesn't match the best. Now, that could just be the way the photo is displaying it to me. At first glance, I honestly don't think I would have noticed that, but it's this extra research that we do in order to find out that this Toyota Land Cruiser that looks pretty good in these photos actually used to look like this. Now it's time for you guys in the comment section below to tell me what you think about this Toyota Land Cruiser. Maybe I missed something that you guys noticed while going through the photos. Maybe you have a question about something I didn't address. Please be sure to write something in the comment section below. If you liked seeing the before and after photos of this Toyota Land Cruiser, I always appreciate if you like the video. If you're interested in seeing the car you're interested in featured on the car of the day, be sure to email me at samcrackauto@gmail.com with the subject line COTD. As always, if you have any other general questions, you can email me there. Also, find me on Instagram. Everything you need to do to contact me is in the description box below, as well as the original Copart listing for this Toyota Land Cruiser. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch you very soon. Hey guys, and thanks for making it to the end of this video. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, which means I'm traveling around, but I didn't want to stop making videos because of that. And I figured this would be a good week to test out this car of the day idea. A lot of you guys send me cars every single day that you want me to check out, so I figured I'd turn it into kind of a series. It's something that I like to do pretty much every at least weekday, maybe extend it into the weekends, but I have to have your feedback so I know whether or not it's a good thing to continue doing, or maybe we just keep on going with projects and discussions and things like that. So please, in the comment section below, definitely let me know. Do you like this idea, car of the day, yes or no? Or email me, give me your input there. I just really want to gauge whether you guys are enjoying this or if it's kind of getting repetitive or whatnot. Anyway, when we get back in town, I've got a lot of things planned. I recently connected with a broker. I'll be telling you guys more about them very soon. And it's going to help you guys buy a car easier. And the nice thing about this broker is they work with all the different auctions, including IA and Copart and a few other ones. They're not one of these brokers that just deals with one certain auction house and then you got to go and sign up for a bunch of different accounts elsewhere. So I can't wait to tell you guys about that. A lot more stuff coming your way. Thanks a lot for watching. Please, please, please make sure you let me know. Car of the day, good, bad, otherwise. Thanks very much, and I look forward to hearing from you.